Welcome back. It's the Brady Farkas Show right here on WDEV, AM and FM, and WDEVradio.com. For the second consecutive day, we go north of the border. Montreal Alouettes news here as we talk a little CFL. And joining us now is a guy with a relative local tie. He played his college football at the University of New Hampshire, was the CAA Rookie Defensive Player of the Year in his freshman season, and ended up having a very good career for the Wildcats. He spent some time bouncing around some NFL organizations as well. It's Prince Smith Jr. Prince, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I appreciate you joining us, man. And after a pandemic season, how excited are you to get back to a normal routine here in 2021 and play a full season's worth of football for the Alouettes?
I can't wait because this season was definitely not what I was expecting from starting from last March and then everything happening and the events leading up to the NFL season. It wasn't as I thought it would be. So I can't wait for it to get back.
And we're excited for the Alouettes too, because they had a great season in 2019, made the playoffs. Last year's season canceled. So certainly a lot of motivation for the Owls to get back into the Grey Cup mix. Take me through last year because, at least I think I know how valuable pre-draft workouts are. The combine is, the NFL draft, mini camps, all that stuff that was taken away from you. So how did that impact your ability to play and try to show out last year for NFL teams?
So taking it all the way back to February, before that, even January, February, I'm doing my pre-combine NFL workout trainings. I'm going hard all the way up to my pro day. And a week before my pro day, we all get a text or a call that it's canceled. And they be like, wow, what's going on? And then we hear about COVID and all the stuff that's going on with around COVID-19. So fast forward, I get signed free agent with the Eagles. We're not allowed in the building or even around the building. Everything is virtual. So that right there was a shocker to me and just something new, having to learn a whole NFL playbook online, not being able to interact with the coaches on a personal level. It was kind of hard. And then fast forward into camp, just so many procedures and different rules that we could and could not do in the building. It was it wasn't a major restriction, but it was kind of hard because it wasn't normal. I wasn't able to learn and go through the regular procedures before the years.
What is it like trying to learn a playbook virtually? I know you said it was tough, but take me through what that's like, because I can't even imagine trying to go, like even a walkthrough would have been more beneficial.
Yeah, as you said, like it's no walkthroughs. It's just everything is vocal. Like the coaches did their best to try to write things on the chart, on the whiteboard, on their ends of the camera, but it's nothing like not being in an actual room with the coach and you hear him word for word, or you being able to go on the whiteboard and write things, or taking a step from out the room and then going onto the field and being able to actually go through them physically.
From a team chemistry standpoint, as a rookie, I got to imagine that building chemistry, getting to know guys is a huge part of the process. Were you able to really do that even?
Yes, that was the only thing like the rookies were actually able to do because of the FaceTime feature on virtual. Like we're seeing these guys' faces every day for 2 months. We're hearing their voices, and we're just getting a chance to know each other. Like before meetings will actually start, our position groups will have us just interact with each other, just talking about, a couple personal things, like what city we come from, just family stuff. So I was able to get to know the guys before I got in the building.
I did 1 year working at the University of Albany, and I was part of their game day football experience. So I've seen FCS football, CAA football. Yeah. I know how good it is, but there's a lot of people that don't. Like I played Division III baseball. People look down at Division III like, hey, it's not Division I, so you must not have been any good. But and I'm sure you fought that battle before too. How good is CAA football? How good is FCS football?
FCS football is great. CAA is the number one conference in the country. Now you have some other good ones, some other great ones actually, but the CAA every week is a battle. Like no matter who you're going up against, you have to prepare from from Monday to Friday because it's going to be a dogfight no matter what team you're going against.
We're talking with Prince Smith Jr., defensive back for the Montreal Alouettes, played his college football nearby at the University of New Hampshire, and he's here on the Brady Farkas Show on WDEV, AM and FM, and WDEVradio.com. So you're with the Eagles. You bounced around. Also, you were with Cleveland for a bit and with the New York Giants. What was it like? I'm stressed thinking about it, traveling during COVID, protocols when you arrived in a new place, trying to relearn somebody else's playbook. What was last year like just emotionally?
It was definitely an emotional roller coaster a little bit because when I went from the Eagles to the Giants, I had to quarantine a week in a hotel by myself. And
Yeah.
then when I had went to a tryout with the Browns, I had to quarantine in a hotel for 4 days straight by myself. And then before I was able to step in the building, I had to quarantine a couple more days. So I learned a lot about myself. I definitely had some time to reflect and think on like personal things because I spent a lot of time alone on the road. So
what do you do to occupy your time? Obviously, you're deep in your own thoughts, but are you playing video games? Are you listening to music? Like, what can you even do to pass the time like that?
from me passing time, it was a lot of before I got my playbook, it was just a lot of video games and push-ups. Just trying to pass time because I was going to different cities that I didn't know about. Like I never been to New York, I never been to Cleveland. So it was just a lot of cities that like I couldn't say, oh, I'm going to go over here and hang with these guys that I know just on personal wise.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot of alone time.
What's the video game of choice for you in quarantine?
Oh, I have three.
Okay.
Call of Duty, Madden, and 2K.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you a sports video game guy? Because like all I play is sports video games. Can you learn anything? Not you. You already know it. But could a young player coming up, could they learn a lot about football from Madden? Because I had somebody say to me recently, these kids are so much more prepared now because they've played so much Madden. Do you buy into that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like, especially like on the defensive side, like when you're picking defensive plays, they have the pictures of the formation and they have the name. Like they have cover four, and then they show the different kind of zones that each player is doing. Or like cover two, they'll show the two safeties high, the two corners flat on left and right side, and then they have the linebacker drop. So you definitely learn a lot from playing Madden. It's just not a video game for fun.
You know, it's funny you say that because now I'm older than you, but not by much. So I'm 31, but so I played a lot of Madden myself. But I found the glitches in the game, and I just ran those plays constantly. If you played dime defense against any formation and brought the slot DB off the blitz, you could always get to the QB with that slot DB blitz. That was my go-to. No matter what the offense was doing, I was slot DB blitz all the time.
Yeah, I get on my friends a lot because I call them YouTube players because they just go on YouTube and look up glitch plays. And then I stopped playing Madden for a while because I noticed a lot of people was running just the same plays, like one play touchdowns. So I'm like, I don't want to play this game until Madden start fixing it. And his last one came around. It's not so many one play touchdowns. So I got into it a little bit more.
I don't know if you ever got a chance to play the old college football video games, but college football PlayStation 2, the best glitch play was if you had your quarterback roll right and you had a receiver coming from the left back to the middle of the field, it was a touchdown every time. Every time. Every whole formation moves right. This one guy on the left comes in the middle, always a TD.
Yeah, that plays in Madden too. You got the post from the left side, the quarterback just rolls all the way to the right. And just wait for him to come from the left all the way to he gets behind whatever coverage.
That was
whatever coverage.
That was the best play that there was. I got a couple other questions for you. So you're 23, I think, and
yes.
we're a Patriots station up here, and I was wondering this all season. So Cam Newton was quarterback of the Patriots. I love Cam. I'd bring Cam back in free agency if the Pats will do it. He did not have a great year throwing the football, but his teammates love him, and I think part of the reason his teammates love him is because the veteran players played against him and they know how good he was. And the young players like your age and a little bit older kind of grew up idolizing Cam. Like, is Cam a guy that a 23-year-old looks up to?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because I could see, because I've been following Cam like when he got to Florida, and he has showed nothing but dedication. Like he went through trouble in Florida,
Mhm.
and then he had to take a different route. Went to JUCO, grinded super hard in JUCO, and then made it back to Auburn, and then won a national championship and a Heisman. So from a guy like that, you're not gonna get nothing but good things from him or learn good things from him because he shows that he's passionate and he cares about the game a lot.
And I think about it like, Cam's winning a national title and you're, 10, 11 years old. Like that's a guy that you see
Yeah.
as you're starting to really like the game. And I'm trying, I'm thinking about those guys for me. And it was, this is before your time now. Damn, I'm making myself feel old. I'm not even that old, but like Warwick Dunn at Florida State, like that was my guy when I was growing up. Just like guys who you like when you're younger, they kind of stick with you forever. And I think a lot of those young Patriots players have that on the roster this year. Two more things. You were with the Giants for a bit. Joe Judge, the head coach there, used to be with the Patriots for a long time. What were your impressions of Joe Judge?
A guy, he means business, but he's kind of lenient. Like he wants you to work hard. Like he wants you to extremely work hard, but he's also observant on just his surroundings. Like he's not going to push you too hard, but if he sees you lacking, then he gets on you. But if he see you, he knows that you come in every day and work hard. He's more lenient, if you get what I'm saying.
No, for sure. Now look, I have never been to UNH. I've never been to the town UNH is in, but some of our listeners have because it's in our part of our coverage area. So when I go to UNH for the first time, the place in town I need to eat first is where?
Oh, I'm a pizza guy, so
Okay.
I go to D Hop. I don't
Okay.
know their name. I just from my freshman year, I just call it D Hop. The
All right.
pepperoni pizza, man, a large.
Large pepperoni pizza,
large
D-Hop.
pepperoni. Yeah.
I'll get the exact name for that. So on your recommendation, I'll be there. Prince Smith Jr. played defensive back, a great player in the CAA for UNH, now with the Montreal Alouettes. We look forward to a healthy season for you and a great season for the Alouettes. Prince, thank you, man. We'll be following along. We'll do it again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.